In all of our classrooms, we have signs like this posted in every classroom around the building. It's an emergency evacuation chart. No matter where you are in the building, you can look at this map and it will show you the fastest, best way to get out of the building in case of an emergency. We're not going to let you guess about which way to go or try to figure out on your own how to get out of the building. It's listed very clearly. Someone has gone ahead of you and said, if you're here and an emergency happens, this is the way to go. Out this door, down this hallway, turn to the right, and then out the building. This is your plan of escape. Kind of reminds me of us. When we get into difficult situations, when we face temptations and challenges, God has gone ahead of us and he says, I'll show you how to get out. You know that verse in 1 Corinthians 10:13 where God says, there is no temptation that's taken you, but ones that are common to man. And God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond which you can handle. But with every temptation, he will provide a way of escape. He'll show us how to get out. So this is a verse that's good for us. Yes, we're going to be tempted. No, it doesn't make it right. The temptation isn't the sin. The sin is when we act on that temptation. He says that the temptation you're facing is common to all people. We all are tempted. God knows our weaknesses. We're all tempted. So you don't have to feel like I'm the only one. What if anybody finds out? I've got to keep this a secret because I don't think anyone else is facing this kind of temptation. No, Paul is saying it's common to man. All of us are going to face that temptation. It's not extra strong in you. It's not a unique situation and yours is more difficult than anyone else's. It's common to man. All of us are struggling with temptations. And it says, and God is faithful. He understands. He's not surprised or disappointed. He's faithful. You can always trust him and depend on him. And he's going to show you a way out. God is faithful. And he's not even going to let you be tempted more than you can handle. All those things that are just too big for you, he's kept away from you. So whatever temptation is coming into your life is one common to man. And he says that with him, you can handle it. He doesn't expect you to do it on your own. He doesn't expect us to be able to handle anything on our own. He says he will always be with us to help us. See, he doesn't look at you and say, oh, you're extra strong, so I can give you these challenges and temptations, and you're weak, so I'm going to keep these away from you. He says, he looks at us and says, I'm faithful, and I'm not going to give you anything that you can't handle because I'm there with you. It's you and me. And God knows that he is able to do all things, that he has all power, all strength. And he says, with you, you can handle it because I'm there. Not because you're good or you're strong, but because he's there and he can do all things. Nothing is impossible with God. So he says, one, this is common. This is not unusual. You're not weird or different. It's a common temptation that all men face, all women face on the earth, all of us. And he says he's faithful. He's going to be there. He's not going to leave you. He's not disappointed. And he says he's going to help you. He's going to not let you face anything that the two of you can't do together. And it says he doesn't expect you to do it on your own. In fact, he's going to show you a way out. He's going to, no matter where you are, he's going to show you how to get out of it because you walk with him. So he's not going to magically take it away. He's not going to suddenly make you not susceptible to that temptation. We all pray for that. God, I don't want to be tempted like this anymore. We just take it away from you. He's not going to do that. That's part of living in the world. That's how we're built, and we're going to be tempted with certain things. But he says, I'm going to show you how to handle it. He expects us to call on him, to listen to his Spirit, to walk with him, to walk away, turn away, look away, whatever we need to do, but to go with him. When we're in a building situation and we see a fire and we hear the alarm going off, there's a couple things we could do. We could just ignore it. I'm not sure. It's probably not really going to get out of hand. It's just smoke. It's just a little bit of a fire. Probably going to be fine. I'm okay still. I can stay. Have you ever done it with temptation? You get the warning, you get the smell of smoke, you know this is not a good thing, but you tend to ignore it and think we can stay here a little longer until the fire gets a little bit bigger. Then we might think about it. We don't want to ignore it, but we also don't want to feed it. You don't want to see a fire and then start tossing combustible things into it. Sometimes with temptation, we know it's a temptation and we start to feed it. We start to do things or allow things that actually make it worse. We can't get so comfortable with it that we just allow the fire to happen and we warm our hands and we're starting to enjoy the glow and we're inviting friends over to come and now it's a party and we're loving this fire, not realizing the danger that's ahead. You may even be so foolish to get out marshmallows and really enjoy this thing that's getting out of control and you're not really aware of the danger that's coming. Or you've decided to ignore it or pretend that it isn't dangerous. But what we have to do is as soon as we smell that smoke, as soon as we hear that alarm, we have to say, where do I go? How do I get out of here? God, what do you want me to do? Don't ignore it. Don't allow it. Don't feed it. The Bible says in one place, don't make any provision for your flesh. That means don't make it comfortable. Don't set up the opportunities. Don't feed it. Don't encourage it. Don't allow it. If you know this is a place of weakness for you, get away from it. Don't keep the phone there. Don't put the computer there. Don't go to that place. Don't look at those things. Don't watch that thing on TV. Whatever it is, don't make any provision for it. Don't supply it in advance. Provide for it in advance and then be shocked when the fire starts, right? So remember that God always has a way out. And the time to get out is that very first signal, that very first smell of smoke, that very first alarm by his Spirit. Decide, I'm going to listen to God and I'm going to follow him and get out of here. I'm going to allow his Spirit to lead me, his strength to help me, and I'm going to go. There is no temptation that's taken you except the ones that are common to man. And God is faithful, and he won't allow you to be tempted more than you're able because he's there. And with every temptation, he will provide a way of escape. So listen and follow his lead. Let's get out of there. Whenever there's temptation, follow the plan and get out.